This is Recksz RKA. You're now listening to an audio speech. Bang. Recksz RKA speaking. Another audio speech, solo audio speech. And also, just before we get started, the reason I say, I might address or point out like who's speaking. I might say, yeah, like what's up? It's RKA, me speaking right now, because people get confused between me and Kings. I don't know how you can, but people get confused. They will say, which one is Recksz? Which one is Kings? I've had people say that, like, who's Kings, who's Recksz? And I'll say, if you pay attention and you've been listening to the YouTube, our content on the YouTube, you've been watching the videos, whatever, freestyles, 1 minute speech videos, you know who's Kings, who's Recksz. And if you can read, if you've got basic English, innit? If you know basic English, you'll be able to see and read who is Kings, who is Recksz. And you can see the difference, because I'm mixed race and he's full black. So, and I'm the mixed race one, Recksz, full black one, Kings. So yeah, now that we got that out of the way, go check out the YouTube page. Check out the YouTube page. Check out the Twitters. So all the social media platforms that we're on. Check out Instagram. Check out Snapchat. Check out TikTok. Check out anything you see RK on. We're on there, innit? If we're not on there, it's because we haven't heard of it, or we just haven't. We haven't discovered it yet. We just ain't heard of it, innit? So, and obviously sooner or later we'll be on there anyway. You'll see our content on there anyway. We're like a virus. We just spread everywhere. You know how it is. But I'm gonna get into the topic anyway. Yeah, the topic's basically called people not genuinely caring for your well-being unless it affects their well-being. And I just I notice a lot of that shit nowadays, because, and obviously there will be explicit language. I can't promise you that they won't. So, if you've got people listening or whatever, best tell them, best tell them to not hear it, or just warn them. But yeah, I just see a lot of that crap nowadays. I see a lot of that nowadays, where people genuinely only care for you. Well, not even genuinely. People only care for you because it affects themselves. It may affect, their plans. So, you may be a part of their plan. You may be a part of their plan, and the only reason they may care for, your emotions or what you're going through is because it's gonna affect them. It may delay something they're trying to achieve. It may slow down their process. It may even stop their process of what they're trying to achieve. And I'm not saying it's gonna be, a bad-minded type of thought, or something like, like something that's gonna betray you. But usually they think about themselves. Usually people think about themselves. So it's like, if it affects their, they only care about you if it affects their well-being. Like, I'll give an example. Like, if just for something basic, like they may need your face. Like, just say someone's got a birthday party, and they may act like they care for you. They might act like, yeah, you're doing good and whatever, and they're asking if you're gonna come to the party and stuff like that. But they may only want you to be attended to the party because it will help their numbers up. It will help them get more people to come when they know that you're coming, because you may be a somebody, or you may be popular or something like that. But I'm saying I usually see people do it in a bad-minded type of way, where they got like type of a type of plan that's some type of evil type of plan. Not even evil, but right now I can't think of the word. Having a little drink. So it goes like that. But you know, it's always usually to benefit their own. It's never like, you know, to help you, to benefit you anyway. You know, they never want to do that. Not really nowadays. You get some people that do that too, where it actually benefits you, but more time it always benefits them more greatly. And yeah, like, it's like, don't ever believe a person if you, like, you know, if they genuinely care for your well-being. Always test it. Just like I said in my other speech about what are real friendships. So check out that speech as well, because that may have a link. You know, there's always a link to a link to a link to another link. Kings will get that bar if you heard it. But there will always be a link to it. You know, it always links more time. When you find one thing, when you discover one thing, you discover the next thing, and then you find the answer for the other things. So it always goes like that anyway. You know, so just more time, it always goes back to like who's genuine for you, man. Who actually cares for you. And I'm not going to try to swear too much, so I'll cut that out a bit. But it's about who actually gives, like, who cares about you. Who actually cares about you. Who cares about your well-being. Who cares about how you are today. Who cares about, you know, if you went through a certain problem and they cared if you got through it today. At least if you even got through today. If you handled it well. So you got to test that. You got to see that. If then people really did give a F about, you know, your well-being, about your health, your mental health. But people really don't. More time, they know you're going through some crazy situations. They know you're not doing well. They know you're not at your best. They know you need some help. But at the same time, you know, they'll only ask, they'll only so-called care because it affects them. So once it's affecting them, now they're gonna care. It's gonna seem like, oh wait, this person cares for me. This person seems like, oh my days, they're the only person checking up on me. But really they don't. It's like, because wait, you're affecting their business, you're affecting their plans, you're affecting what they're trying to do, what they're trying to accomplish. So always check who's actually genuine for you. And sometimes I understand too on their behalf, because you may make some type of agreement, you know, the person that's like going through grief or is suffering somehow, and the person that is so-called using you or whatever, if some people see it like that, it's like because you made an agreement, you made a business type of agreement, or even any type of agreement. You shook hands, you made like a gentleman's agreement, and you know, this is what you're gonna do and this is what's gonna happen. So they make it for your your well-being, because it's like you're basically like their you're their insurance. So it's like, on that behalf I make sense. On their behalf it makes sense. But like, I'm just saying, people that just come through and they wanna, you know, they may care for you, because so-called care for you because they need some money today. Oh yeah, you're doing good, yeah, you're right. Oh, you know what? I'm going through some problems right now. Oh yeah, me too. I'm going through some problems right now. So I'm gonna need that, you know. Yeah, hey, like, you know, you got money, yeah. I need to borrow some money if you, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do, stuff like that. They act like they care. They act like, alright, they ask a few questions. Let's camouflage it. Let's act like, you know, we care. Let's ask like, alright, you know what? Let's add another question. Them other questions wasn't strong enough. Let's add another question to make it look like, yeah, I'm a good friend. And then, boom, you hear, hey, like, I need this from you. I need that from you. I need to do this. So you hear it. You see it. You see, especially with consistency and time, it always reveals what's fake. It always reveals it. Time always reveals. It always does. Time always reveals what is fake. And sometimes time even reveals what is real as well. Because some people may not be able to spot the real. So, you know, over time, you'll be able to spot it easily. But as I said, always test your, you know, people's like, you know, genuine care for you. Always test it. Never be so quick to want someone to care about you, because you want to be cared for. Never just easily, someone may offer you, like some type of comfort, and you accept it so easily because that's what you need right now. Never do that, because usually it's just for their, it's for their benefactor, really. It's to benefit them, innit? And like, the more you do that, the more suffering you will face. The more, downhill you will go. You're just basically destroying yourself. So yeah, that it really goes back to that. Just test, and test. Because like, people are never genuine for you, man. They're only genuine for themselves, man. They only care about their well-being. Especially nowadays, as I say. They mainly care about their own well-being, man. They never care about another person's, because they don't want to be. They never even want to be in another person's shoes. They never want to be in another person's mindset. They never want to stop and say, wait, let me see how this person's feeling. Because he's a cool guy, or she might be a cool girl, cool person. So let me check how they're feeling today. They never want to do that. Let me just see how they're like for once. Let's see what's going on in their life, and let's actually help. Let's participate in their life, and let's actually give them what they need. They never want to do that. They never want to do that. And I've experienced that too. So I'm not going to be that type of person, and Kings ain't going to be that type of person to come on the voice notes, come on the speeches and audio speeches, and come on our platform and whatever, and just talk. But we haven't experienced none of it. We haven't experienced that one thing. Like, it wouldn't make no sense. It wouldn't, like, because more time when you experience things, like when you have to be able, when you're talking, you have to go through some type of experience in order to have some sort of in order for your point on it to be valid, to be certified, to be real. Because if you ain't experienced it or you ain't seen it, then how can you talk on it? How can you personally speak on that type of subject or that type of experience if you haven't if you haven't experienced it or seen it? Because I know I'm going a bit off subject a little bit, but people want to talk about stuff like that where they want to try to give advice, and they want to try and talk about certain topics and stuff like that, but they've never went through it, so it doesn't make sense to me anyway, man. And it doesn't make any sense at all. So really, it's about, you have to go through these things. That's why, you hear me, Kings, we make these type of topics because we've been through it. And I've been through it. And so I'm talking about this topic right now. Like, it may be in the past, it may be recent, whatever. But that's what I had to do. I had to test things out. I had to. Everything more time is a test. As they say, life is a test. So you test everything out as well. You test. You continue to test. You're being tested also, but you test everything as well. You test this person's friendship. You test this person's relationship. You test the business meeting. Is it legit? You test the income, your financial income. Is it going to be consistent? I don't know. You test everything. We all test everything. Everything's a test. In order to see if something is real, it always gets tested. Whether, like, you consciously know it or not, you test it. But certain things, people don't really test because it may sound real, it may seem real, or it's what they need right now, so they will take it. They're like, F it. But no, you have to up your worth, man. And I'm not saying up your worth just to up it. Like, you have to actually, like, what worth do you, what value do you hold? So, it even depends on that too. People being, if they use you or not, because you may be a type of person that, you can, people can use. Someone might come around you and say, yeah, I can use this guy. Like, yeah, alright, cool. Like, I don't wish the guy to be dead or nothing like that, or the girl to be dead or whatever, but I'm still gonna just, you know, pretend like I genuinely care for them, and I'm just gonna, you know, get what I want, and then I'm gonna get out of here. So it even goes back to you as well. You know, don't, like, because some people, they're a piece of shit, and they'll be like, oh, Recksz, I just heard your speech. I heard your speech. And people are using me. They seem like they're genuinely caring for me, but they don't give a F. And they just use me. But you might be a piece of shit. Reflect on that. Are you a piece of shit or not? Are you a piece of shit or not? Seriously. Because yeah, I've used people, man. I've done that too, man. If you are a piece of shit, I'll use you too. Why wouldn't you? Come on. But I'm just talking about for the people that are actually cool people, good people, decent people, and like they, you know, they may get used or whatever. Like they may get, you know, people may not genuinely care for them, care for their well-being. Obviously, first of all, you gotta care for your own. You gotta care for your own well-being as well. So don't rely for another person to care for yours. Always care for your own well-being. Don't wait for him or her or whatever, your parent or whatever, to care for your well-being. Care for your own well-being. Then that's how, when you care for your own well-being, you always get shit done. Or you try to do what you can. Because some things, I'll give it that, some things are hard to get done. It's like, you may be in sticky situations, you may be, you know, have a lack of resources, so you can't get certain things done. And I understand that, because I've been there too. And certain things are really difficult to get done. Or it may be, you can't get to a certain level you're aiming for. But more time with consistency and being persistent, you get there. But yeah, just be genuine. More time, be genuine, man, and that won't really happen to you. More time, it won't happen to you. People ain't gonna come around and just use you and use you and use you. If you're a walkover, it's not gonna happen. If you stand up for yourself, it's not gonna happen. If you care for your well-being and don't look for validation of others, other people to be genuine, you know, to you, like, you know, you don't look for people to care for you. Like, you're not looking for that. You don't care about that. And you actually show yourself like true care for yourself. You will see what is real care and what isn't. Because when you treat yourself a certain way, with a, you know, with the utmost respect, the utmost, you know, with so much, like everything genuine love, genuine respect, like, you know, you got value for yourself, stuff like that. You see what is real. You see if people are actually being genuine with theirs too. Or, you know, even if they are, it might not be good enough. So maybe, you know, they don't see you a certain way. If you, like, you know, so that's why you just cut them out, really. Because if you don't meet to your criteria, if you don't meet to your standards, you cut them out. But I'm going to end it here. All I'm going to say is make sure, you know, you test it out. Everything I said, make sure you test it out. Make sure. That's it. Make sure, you know, when people are being genuine to you, they ain't using you. And make sure too, you ain't a piece of shit. If they are gonna use you, just make sure you ain't a piece of shit. So you can't complain and say, oh, he used me, she used me. Don't be a piece of shit. Don't let people use you too. I wouldn't let that happen, so don't do that as well. Don't let people use you. Check who's actually genuine for you. Check who genuinely cares about you. Check who genuinely checks up on you. Check who genuinely, you know, wants to be involved in your life. Check who genuinely cares for your problems, or check who genuinely wants to solve them. You know, it's pretty simple, innit? It's mad simple, man. It's really, 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 really simple. Really simple. But anyway, man, you can find all our social media platforms in the description below. Check that below. TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, wherever. It's all there. We've got more speeches coming up, more music coming up. All there. Yeah. Recksz RKA signing out. You know what it is.